trying to get the payback in meeting number 2 of the season, and the Trees will have the opening possession as Arch Madness is underway at Enterprise Center. Wagner picking up right where he left off on
in favor of the Salukis.
Yeah, Matthew expected this, but what he said was you get under that 12-minute timeout mark, you didn't want to be down. 10-0 run by Southern gave him the early 10-3 lead, and Matthew Gray's forced to call an early timeout, and now a 9-0 run.
Wagner, three-pointer. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talked on it here. I mean, 15 points. I mean, you don't want to see this one get away from you here. I think these next 4 minutes could be crucial to really both teams.
Wagner catch and shoot three.
I mean, extremely good.
Extra pass finds Legree. Legree.
That's 2 air balls from 3 from Legree.
Trees track it down. Wagner with a look. It all works out in the wash for Indiana State. Or is it like multiple?
I don't think it's multiple.
Because they were giving out a lot of Butterburgers
Yes,
if that was
are.
the case. That barrier was tripped very early in the contest in terms of back-to-back missed free throws. Wagner does not miss. Really good crowd on hand today here at the Holman Center. They will not be treated to as many home games in March as they were a year ago. But the one they're going to see in March has gone very well for the home team.
Yeah.
Outcome of this one decided simply how it's going to look at the end. Shot clock at 13. Teal has been his usual solid self. Shot clock at 4. Wagner knew it. When he said it's money.
Got to stay attached. This is Carter Witt. There's the defense on cue. That's Teal. Leak out Wagner for a finger roll. Figures it out, and they're figuring it out now, even when they're down at halftime. That was lost on the way up. That was Carter Witt who lost the handle. And it ends up with Daltrey on the drive. Got it back, and a kick out. 4-3 for Wagner.
Able to get to his spot, kind of pushes the ball out in front, and then just a ball fake here, ball fake there, a little fade. Find enough room to knock that one down over Vorst.
We're nearing 13 minutes into the game, and Teal has not tickled the twine yet. They tried to show and go with that screen. Good defense by Belmont. Turn to the goal, Wagner. Plant, fade back, and splash.
Got that extended flow on the offensive end that we've come to expect out of both these ball clubs.
10 turnovers for Belmont, 7 for Indiana State. Wide open, it is Wagner, and he bangs down 1 for 5.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign for Coach Alexander to have Carter Witt get going a little bit. I thought his defensive intensity in the first half was really good. He's just struggled a bit on the offensive side.
Trying to go back-to-back from 3, and Wagner. Major hits 2 free throws, and Belmont's down by 4. They've had 19 academic All-Americans here at Belmont since 2001, and that's a 3.
Boards today.
They were down by 5 on the boards against Evansville, and there's an offensive rebound and a missed free throw. It is a 1-point Indiana State lead as we're halfway through half number 2. Wagner from deep, and he rings the red. Was looking for contact, but he finished even through that. Jonathan Pierre averages 14. Pierre with now 2 points on the day on 1 of 6 shooting. Wagner is really hot, and he keeps. Belmont trying to take the lead. Witt on the run for a high banker. Follow finish. No. That came from Pierre, and here comes Indiana State. Teal in the air. Ends up for Dowdy. Good. Wagner open again and banging it down. Earlier. So you can't hit a shot and call it timeout. You got to play this thing all the way out.
And a 5-point game. Don't need a 3 necessarily, but if you can get one.
There have been a lot of good ball players in this game today. 7.7 left, and Belmont up 77-72. Sycamore's got to go. Wagner from deep, and he hits another.
Shot fake. I mean, got the defender up in the air, and then that's a tough shot. Little floater from 12.
Wagner with a quick trigger, had a good look, he connects.
Yeah, they love that play, a little quick hitter. Same action that time, instead of the guy cutting from the corner, he sets a kind of a crackback screen or a flare screen and gets a wide open three there for Illinois State.
6-0 run for the Redbirds. First minute and change, but breaking the 6-0 run, Camp Wagner with a chance.
He's got that old school game to him.
More points in the paint for the Panthers. They did not double Anderson. They're trying to handle him one-on-one to start this game.
You and I had a huge advantage at home on Saturday in their win over Illinois State. Now the recipe for
been in the NCAA tournament. They had to settle the NIT and got to the finals.
Yeah, it was an incredible story, Josh Schertz, when he came in, and Robbie Avila, that's what we talked about, how they ran their offense.
Move to Ferguson. Baseline feed to Jackson. Jackson finds Ferguson, and Ferguson finds two.
Well, the great part about that is Jackson, nobody's guarded him. They're just playing off him, and instead of just standing out in the corner, he came to that short corner, got the feed, and a great cut. Nate Ferguson right there, able to finish that time.
Harding looking for help. Out of the corner, nothing but net on the three. Indiana State still looking for their first points in the second half, with 3.5 minutes having been played.
Well, I guarantee you, listen to Coach McCollum at halftime there, that a lot of their conversation at halftime was, again, defensively, because we're seeing a little bit of defense. As soon as I say that, Indiana State does a great.
Shot clock at 15. Camp Wagner out of the corner. Can't connect on that three-point attempt, but it's tapped and controlled by ISU. Here's Harding for the Sycamores. A veteran lineup on the floor for Matthew Graves.
They switched to this lineup really in the Missouri State game. Kind of got the 2-0 streak going and decided to stay with it, and there's one reason.
Right off his leg. Nice hustle play right there by Aaron Gray.
Yeah, just getting that extra possession for the Sycamores.
Indiana State trailing early on in this one. They haven't scored in the last couple of minutes after the three out of the corner by Camp Wagner. As we approach the 16-minute mark here in the first half, it'll be Wagner again, and he dials up long.
You make a quick reversal, and then you post up and get the feed from the opposite side.
Tied at 21. Much like the first outing between these two clubs. Inside Harding. Wagner. 10 on the 30. Wagner will fly the three, and he drills it.
You know, amp up the practice a little bit sometimes, but not much in games.
Lead for Indiana State, 6, coming up on the 1 minute mark left here in the half. 14 seconds to shoot.
I think some guys do it. It gets them going. You know, they use it for that. I never really had to have any extra motivation.
Wagner out of the corner. Yes, sir. Recap.
He's out of bounds when he touches the ball, so he obviously hit it off of him, but that left foot was definitely out of bounds.
Wagner.
And good timing there.
How about Wagner out of the corner with a hand in his face? Short, but a rebound. And a putback by Wagner.
And as well as Drake's playing, I think you come in there in a better situation than you were the last time those two teams met.
Right with that bucket. He's got 30 tonight. That's a new career high for him. With a minute to go in this one.
And Indiana State just take time here.
Teal. Working on DeVero. rather, as Wagner will fly the three, head of the key. Yes, sir. Had a good.
And slices through to put him up 5.
Henderson's so great at using his shiftiness to get in the lane and finish tough finishes as a small guard over outstretched arms from the Sycamores.
Teal whisks a nice pass to Camp Wagner, who splashes his lightning off the glass.
Talk about Indiana State being incredibly fast with the ball. UIC will run at every single chance that they get. Been so good in transition so far.
In the corner, Wagner again for 3. Elephant for the deuce.
These guards for the UIC Flames all bring something so unique and different to the table, and that's what makes them so effective, especially in transition. So many weapons.
It's Wagner again pulling and hitting from 3. 2 is good.
Joshua Reeves, who hasn't been getting as much tick as you see Camp Wagner hit another three that rebounds the ball at such a high level to allow not only one offensive rebound, but two on the same possession.
Here's Wagner right to the hoop over Mason.
So far, and we saw him have a 20-point half in the second half last outing. Doing a great job of facilitating so far today.
This battle between Teal and Mason, it's been fun to watch. The two distributors. In the corner, Wagner again for three. His
line from Freeman and a great flex cut there and screen by Big Mo, and he knows exactly what to do with it when he's that close to the rim.
So for the first time all half, UIC's within one possession. Here we go. Gray reverses. Wagner, baseline drive, goes up for two.
Want to get their first victory here.
Shot clock dwindles,
yep.
And Wagner rebounds.
Two good defensive possessions for Indiana State. Force, tough shots with the clock winding down.
There's Camp Wagner's first. Run your stuff, right?
Yep. And you kind of know how Missouri State's guarding you at this point. But, man, one of those to fall would be huge, and that one did. Yeah, that's a clean block.
Wagner from the corner.
Big shot.
Camp fouls. Brady and Martin. Osei Bonsu went to the bench.
So the screen and roll action. Wagner's over there in the left corner. I'd like to see him attack that other direction. Got more space over there with Wagner.
Minute 20 to go. Teal crosses at the line. Wagner for three. Camp Wagner.
But also possibly hurt their defensive effort, which also happens at times.
Interception by Daughtry. 4 on 3 the other way come the Sycamores. Wagner thought about the three. Now the step back three is good.
Dalton Banks' game right there, isn't it? In that lane, that little floater.
He loves that. Camp Wagner has the ball there, and he was cut off on the baseline by Kinzinger. He's going to get a chance for a three-pointer. Catch and shoot. And
personnel weren't so different, especially on the Indiana State side. You'd think this would be a revenge game. That loss to Illinois State probably knocked Indiana State out of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, they had just cracked the top 25. They were 23rd in the country at the time. There's another game at 9 at 58-49. Wagner spins off. Had a look and it rolls in. He gets 4 assists to go with his 14 points. And it's just a whale of a game defensively on Samaj Teal. Wagner, another three.